Roses are red, violets are spewing. Tonight on the podcast, you'll hear about remote viewing. You're listening to episode 15, special edition, remote viewing. So hello there, and welcome to Our Different Take. My name is Brian, proud father of two awesome boys, an epic Star Wars fan. And to my left is Matt. Welcome, Matt.
Hi, everybody. Thanks. I'm really excited for this episode. Remote viewing should be a lot to chew on and give us some good stuff to talk about. I happen to know this is going to be awesome. I just feel strong.
It's going to be awesome. And to Matt's left is Scott. Oh, welcome, Scott.
Yeah. Welcome. I'm excited. I think I'm excited. I'm either excited or terrified for tonight's episode. I don't know which one yet. So yeah, looking forward to finding out whether or not I was like totally in the dark or whether my little remote viewing experience was somewhat close. So looking forward to hearing this, because neither of these guys are telling me. And neither one of them have told me whether or not I'm anywhere close or not. They're just leading me on here. So
I need you to be as forthcoming as possible, even with stuff if it sounds ridiculous or doesn't make sense to you or whatever. There may be some stuff that actually does make sense out of all of it. So please don't hold back, because I think there's going to be some good stuff.
Don't hold back.
All right.
Well, we haven't been able to record for a couple weeks. Life just happens, and that's kind of happened to all of us these past few weeks. So we want to congratulate a new member to our Different Take Nation. Angie, who is actually Scott's daughter, had a baby, and so we're automatically enrolling her baby into our Different Take ODT Nation. She doesn't know that yet.
We gotta try to get that baby to figure out how to download episodes.
That would be an additional listener.
Okay.
Right.
Perfect.
So we just want to say congratulations.
Some of these episodes might not be appropriate for young children.
It's true.
That's okay. I'll help her work through it.
It's true. So congratulations, Angie. Anything else you want to say, Grandpa?
Looking forward to seeing your little one in person. This stupid COVID thing, I have not been able to see my granddaughter since she was born 3 weeks ago. I am looking forward to actually being able to see her in person and hold her little hand and all the great stuff that you want to do.
Yep, awesome. Well, let's just jump right into it. So you guys let's talk about the remote viewing experiment we did.
Okay. How many weeks ago was this now? This has to be 6 weeks ago.
Way too long ago, yeah.
It's been a while. So the idea, for those of you that don't know what remote viewing is, you can go back and listen to episode 12, maybe, I think, on remote viewing. And remote viewing is basically, I'd call it a pseudoscience. It's not really it has been somewhat proven, whereby people get into a very relaxed state and visualize other places or other people, and they can tell, I guess, pretty intricate details about the location they're trying to go, or find items that have been lost, or see into buildings that people aren't allowed into, and the government of the United States has participated in that somewhat, and so have the Russians during the Cold War. So there's some history behind it, and we all thought that it would be really cool to do an experiment whereby Scott would try to remote view inside my house what is in these envelopes, which I have 5 envelopes, and I think this should be really interesting. Scott, tell us how it all went down.
All right, so I put it off and I put it off and I put it off. I mean, we all knew this. I was supposed to do this like forever ago, and I just didn't feel like my mind was clear, and so I just kept on like, nah, I don't want to try to do anything until I can actually have some time. So one night, my wife had gone to bed, and I was still like just super awake, and so I just stayed up and I stayed up and I stayed up, and really wasn't even tired. It got to be like what 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, something like that. And so I'm like, okay, I've heard that the remote viewing works best if you're in kind of like a trance, a little bit of a trance, or if you're super sleepy. And I'm like, okay, I'm starting to get a little tired here, but I'm not tired enough to go to bed. I'm gonna go ahead and try this. So I had asked Matt to send me a picture of his house from the outside. That's all I saw was just a picture of the outside, just so that I could have something to visualize. I don't know where he was keeping. What is
Like
that?
Chewbacca?
We got a little monster attack in here. The heck is that?
My dogs just started wrestling in the living room.
That's awesome.
I was like, oh, what the hell are we doing here?
It's like,
they were upstairs, and I was like, nobody can hear
like Matt's stomach after Taco Bell.
Right?
I don't even want to remote view that.
Remote smell it, maybe.
Yeah, man, it could be ugly.
So I was sitting there late at night on my couch, and I started looking at that picture that he sent, and I just kind of started like feeling like I was going inside, and I was trying to find these envelopes that he just showed a minute ago, and so like in my mind's eye, I went into his house, I went past his dining room, went past his kitchen, went down some hall. And I like saw like all kinds of stuff in the house. Whether or not it was legit, I have no idea. I'm fixing to find out tonight though, because I have never been in Matt's house before, other than this little remote viewing thing. So I went in there, and again in my mind's eye, and I saw him and his wife, and I said, "All right, why don't you tell me what is in those envelopes, because I don't know." And he was like, "No. You got to find them, and you got to tell me. You got to just think about it. Think about it." And I'm like, I don't know how to do this. You need to just tell me. And so all of a sudden, I just started seeing stuff. And so I just tried to remember what it was that I saw. And when I was done with this little experience, which probably didn't take more than 5 minutes, I wrote it all down in a text, and I sent it to him. This is what I saw. And it was like 12:50 out here. He's an hour behind me in Colorado, so I guess he was still awake, because I got a text right back that said, "Wow, okay." So I assume that means I got something right in my text. Does it not? Does it mean that I got something right? He's nodding your head. Okay, so I got something right. I don't know what, but I saw all kinds of things. And some of them were just completely random things. I mean, just weird things that like did not make any kind of sense at all. Some of them I think may have made sense just because I saw a picture of the outside of the house, and I felt like, I don't know, maybe how many houses, how many floor plans are there? I mean, there's a lot, but some of them are just kind of, pretty common floor plans. So maybe that's what I saw. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. But some of the stuff, it was like I saw a bicycle, and I saw like a toy in the lawn. I saw this figure that kind of looked like maybe like a person acting like the Incredible
That was his
Hulk.
blow-up doll.
That's probably just me in the mirror.
Just you, huh? Okay, yeah, that's probably what it was. And I saw the weirdest thing I saw. I saw like a sunrise. That wasn't a weird thing. A sunrise or a sunset. I couldn't tell which one it was. Kind of like coming through a window. And then the weird thing that I saw was like pancakes and like chocolate chips. or some weird thing like that. I was like, that was the strangest thing.
And I thought you had said you saw a dog at some
Yes,
point
yeah,
on the
I did
porch.
see it. I did see it. It's been what now? What 2 weeks since I even told you this?
Right.
Let me see if I've still got the text. I can go back and read from that exactly what my text said. But anyway, yeah, I did see it. I did see a dog. Okay, yeah, here was a dog that reminded me a little bit of a Saint Bernard. All right, here, just
Right.
read the text. Okay, man, I tried. I kind of saw like a figure standing in front of a light. Sort of reminded me of someone pretending to be the Incredible Hulk. I also saw a bicycle on a front porch, a dog that reminded me a little bit of a Saint Bernard, and a toy in the lawn, and a sunrise or sunset. And the weirdest thing was pancakes and chocolate. So tell
Okay.
me if it's any remote. Okay, so that's what I saw.
So now that you said that, can you describe the toy?
Oh, geez. Anymore, I don't even remember anymore. That's the one
No.
thing that I don't remember anymore now.
Okay. So I'll give you a little bit of insight into your remote viewing experience. We actually, it was kind of a topic of conversation at our house over the last probably right about when you were doing this experiment. I was installing a sunsetter awning on the back patio. And it's a 20-foot awning that damn near took my life
Nice.
when I was
Hmm.
putting it up 11 feet above the ground on ladders. But we had been discussing the sunlight coming through the back windows because my house faces due south. And so in the wintertime, the sun's very low. And as it rises, it comes back over the windows there, and we get a lot of natural sunlight. And my wife was concerned that the awning was going to block any of the sunlight coming into the house, just mounted on the house the way it was. Anyway, it was a topic of conversation, not a big deal. The dog, the week that you were doing your remote viewing experiment, I actually had to put down my dog Harvey, who's a rather large dog. He's a yellow, or I'm sorry, a golden retriever Great Dane mix. His best friend, however, that we share a gate with in the backyard is a Saint Bernard,
Hmm.
who
It's
plays in our
crazy.
backyard all the time. Uh, and the hallmark of my house on the weekend, every Saturday for the last 3 years, has been chocolate chip pancakes that we make for the girls and
No way.
anybody that stays over. It's always chocolate chip pancakes. So I was really interested when you sent that, and I thought it was. I didn't want to say anything until we recorded this because I don't know that you got anything right in the envelopes. In fact, I can't even remember what's in the envelopes. But the things that you're talking about, especially bikes on the porch and everything else, my little girl's bikes are always either in front of the driveway or on the porch. And um, and of course, I have little girls. There's toys everywhere. That's why I was curious about what the toy was because that would have been more substantial. But just the chocolate chip pancake thing is crazy to me. Like that's a thing at our house every Saturday and a
Hmm.
lot of Sundays.
Hmm.
Is chocolate chip pancakes. So
Yeah, that's weird.
uh, so there's that. And so should I open up
Yeah.
envelope A?
No. Wait a minute, because the
Yeah,
one thing that I'm curious about is
yeah,
the floor plan. Because in my mind, I definitely saw your house,
right.
and so I'm curious if the floor plan that I saw is anywhere near the floor plan that's actually in your house.
You want to sketch it?
I don't know if I can sketch it, but let me just describe it to you, and you tell me if it's
Okay.
right. Okay, so I came in the front door.
Uh-huh.
To my left would have been your dining room, and then moving forward and to my left would have been your kitchen.
Hmm.
Okay, am I right?
Now,
Is it right so
well,
far?
you're kind of right. So what would have been the formal dining room has been turned into Julia's office now, but it's essentially that's what it was. So we had a formal dining room in the front, and then you walk down the hall, and then to your left is a kitchen.
Okay,
Correct.
so that's what I saw. To the right then would have been
Hello?
like a little hallway that went to the garage. Is that correct? Like
Yeah,
kind of by the like yes. Okay,
yeah.
so can you continue to walk down like a little hallway, and then is there like a little little family room that has 2 entrances to it.
You're fucking scaring
Is that
me
right
now.
on or what? Is it on?
Is it right?
That's pretty
There's an
damned,
entrance in the.
pretty damned right on. So if you go past the kitchen, there's a dining area, living room to the right, and it's kind of straight on, but then it takes a right hand turn, and it ends up at the end of the living room there. So you go in, left side is Julia's office or formal dining room, and then you go down the hallway a little bit. Left side is the kitchen, or you can take a right down a little hallway which goes to the garage. And but if you keep going straight, there's like a regular like dining area, and then the living room. Yeah.
Now, and if you were to continue to go down this little hallway thing, would you find a door at the end of it that goes to your backyard?
You would find a door that goes to my guest room. However, the door to the backyard actually is through the garage.
Okay, so that part I got wrong then, because that's what I definitely saw. If you continued down this hallway, then there was a door that went out to your backyard because I could see light coming through the window, and that's where I saw this toy in the lawn. Was going through that. So anyway, it's interesting that I've got some of it right. The thing that the thing that is interesting to me about it is if you go back to listen to episode 12, there's like a series of steps that you got to go through to do this stuff. I didn't do it. I didn't go through these steps.
Mm-hmm.
So like this was not something I practiced. This was not something that I did anything to other than one night I was like, okay, I put this off long enough. I'm going to just do this. And so I just sat there and looked at your picture of your house, and all this stuff just kind of came.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. I did, the first time ever. Since then, I've had a couple of other experiences that are much, much more, I think, legitimized, which I'm not going to talk about here because they have. I would consider them private. So, but the idea is that this experience that I had took me into looking into this more clearly, and I think the other experiences were very interesting. Anyway, that was just a side note. I went on my little tangent. I interrupted you.
So basically, you were more right than wrong.
No, you're probably gonna have government men coming to your front door here pretty soon.
Right.
I mean, it was interesting to me because I didn't practice it. It's like, anything that you're going to do well, you're going to have some practice on it, right? Nobody does anything well the first time that they try to do it, or the second or the third time. It just doesn't happen. So the fact that I got anything right on the first time is interesting to me. And then again, after
the chocolates and pancakes were unnerving to
me. That's interesting.
Impressive.
I mean, because that was a weird thing to me. The chocolate chip pancakes just kind of came out of nowhere. That was just a weird thing to me.
So were you like receiving this stuff?
Yeah, it was weird.
You just felt the stuff come to you, like chocolate chip pancakes just came to you while you're relaxing?
I just saw it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how to describe it. I just saw it. I saw chocolate chip pancakes. And I'm like, what the fuck am I seeing chocolate chip pancakes for? This doesn't make any sense. And so I'm like, okay, I saw it, so I'm gonna tell them that I saw it. And so that was it. It didn't like come to me. I just saw it. When you close your eyes, you see stuff, right? Everybody does that, right? It's not just me, right?
True.
So that's what I saw.
It's just you.
That's true. I don't either.
Oh, come on. Yeah, stop it. You guys are liars.
So how much stuff that we actually come to our mind are things that are really happening in the world, but we just throw it off because we think it's just us daydreaming or something when We could be reading someone's
Could be,
mind
yeah.
or remote viewing without even knowing.
I hope none of it, because most of the things in my brain are pretty awful.
Your stuff's all from Vegas or from like Pakistan. I don't know. Well, then what do you want to do with the envelopes?
Uh, do you want
I want to know what's in them. I'm
Okay.
curious.
Open it
to
up.
do it?
Envelope number 1.
Okay. Let's start with envelope A. I was curious about colors because I did it all in the same color to see if you would mention any colors, but apparently no certain color came
Blue.
to you.
Blue and green, probably. Blue
Everything
and green.
everything I did was in green, and the first thing I did was a gun.
What? That's a gun? No wonder he didn't get it.
You know.
Yeah, right. It looks like
envelope A. Yeah. Probably not.
Looks like crown molding.
Crown molding.
Yeah. Don't mock me.
This is going to be good.
Okay, so
I can't wait to see the others.
the second one. I'm not even going to show it if you don't watch it. Okay, the second one is a cat, only it's sort of a man cat.
Okay.
I just wanted to be a little more specific and see.
Yeah.
But you got something funny to say about my man cat?
No.
That
It's a
is
nice
the best cat I've ever seen.
Okay, that's B.
Yes.
Thank you. Let's see. A ball.
Okay.
Yep. That's a good ball.
That was C.
The ball may have been the toy that I saw.
Nobody
in the
knows balls
backyard.
like you do.
I was going to say.
I think that may have been the toy I saw in the backyard.
I was going to say that wouldn't be the first
But I don't
time Scott's
remember.
ever remote viewed balls before.
Yeah. Bite me. Bite me.
Ready? That's a rabbit, believe it or not. It's not a very
All right.
well drawn
I got
rabbit.
it. Wait,
What?
put that back
It
on the
looks
screen.
I gotta see that. Looks like a
That
llama.
sounds like a unicorn zebra.
And now we've reached the point of the show where I tell you guys to fuck off. And what it's gonna happen. Hold on, wait, ready? And here's the last one. A fish. Happy fish.
He is happy. There's a smile on his
That's
face.
it. That's all you get.
All right, so we need to try this
Oh, yeah,
again
man.
with letting
Yeah.
somebody else do this time, because it's intrigued me now. It really has intrigued me. I honestly believe that that there's some legitimacy to this. Yeah, I think
I
we
do
got to
too.
try it again.
So do we want to try envelopes again, or we want to try something
Okay.
else?
I mean, if we do envelopes, they should probably be actual pictures.
It's up to you guys.
You didn't get a feeling for a...
I'm like, I see a llama. No, it's a rabbit. Sorry.
Expert
I'll
now.
try it. I think Scott's way better at it than I'll be,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'll definitely give it a shot.
All right. Well, I'll do 5 more envelopes then. How about that?
You're like
Okay.
like a nerdy brainiac.
Okay.
That's
So-
awesome.
I'll do 5 envelopes and I'll have them ready this weekend, and I'll start
Okay.
yelling
deal.
them out to the universe this weekend.
We'll keep trying the experiment.
Okay.
All right.
We'll see what happens. Yeah. Our next podcast will be in November,
Okay, cool.
most
Let
likely.
me know when you do that.
And
That's
we're going
awesome.
to talk about
Yeah.
Antarctica as well
Should be really fun.
on our next podcast. Some of the Antarctica conspiracies, right? So
Yes.
we'll be putting out some stuff on that.
And we got some other interesting topics coming up as well. We've got some real life ghost stories, people that have
Yep.
seen, and have some
Sounds
interesting actual real life tales of encounters they've had with apparitions And so that'll be interesting. If you've had one, call
Please.
us up. Let us know.
Yep.
We want to hear it. We want to know what your story is too. We may put you up on the podcast. No bullshit stories. Don't make stuff up just to get on the thing. But, if you got an actual encounter that you had with an apparition, do it. Call us up.
Well, we know this podcast is a little bit short, but we wanted to get something out there for you guys and to go over our remote viewing. Excuse me, our remote viewing, which I think was pretty interesting. And I would say it was a success. Wouldn't you?
I think it was a success just in the respect that I think it made me think about it more. I mean, it actually to kind of legitimized it a little bit in my mind to maybe actually practice it a little bit more and give it a shot. Interesting. I think it's legit. I definitely think it's legit.
I agree. Any final thoughts?
Yeah.
Matt?
No, man, I'm really excited. Can't wait to do it. Thanks for listening this week. Welcome to our new listeners, and thanks so much for listening. Send us an email as to where you're listening so we can give you a shout out. You can now hear us on Amazon Podcasts. Welcome to our listeners in Israel. Go to ourdifferenttake.com and check out our updated website. Please send us your comments, suggestions, complaints, or questions to show@ourdifferenttake.com. You can also call our voicemail hotline to submit questions or comments or really anything that you want. Just call 970-343-4594. Don't forget to rate us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and subscribe to the podcast. You can also hear us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Radio.com, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Google Play, Ghana, Deezer, and everywhere you like to get your favorite podcasts. We now have a YouTube channel called Our Different Take. Please subscribe and click on the bell so that you'll be alerted when a new podcast is released. If there's a certain subject you'd like us to talk about, please let us know. Thanks for listening.
All right. That's it. Peace.
God bless.